Look, I get it. It's the middle of July. You're sweating just standing still. You look at your dog, this giant fluff ball of chaos, and you think you're doing them a favor. You think, oh, poor Snowball is roasting in that fur coat. Let me help him out. Stop right there. Put the clippers down. Seriously, step away from the grooming tools. You see, shaving a husky isn't like giving a haircut to a poodle. It's actually one of the worst things you can do for their health. These guys are double-coated. It's basically biological engineering magic. They have this dense, woolly undercoat that traps air. In the winter, it keeps them warm, obviously. But, and this is the part everyone forgets, it also keeps the heat out in the summer. It's a natural insulator, like a really high-tech thermos. If you shave that off, you aren't cooling them down. You're actually destroying their internal air conditioning. You're stripping away their protection, and now their skin is exposed to the sun. Yes, dogs can get sunburned, and for a husky, it's brutal. It hurts them. Plus, bugs can get right down to the skin now. It's a nightmare. And the worst part is the regret you'll feel when it tries to grow back, because it doesn't grow back the same. The undercoat grows faster than the top coat, so you end up with this patchy, matted, Velcro-like mess that doesn't insulate or shed water properly anymore. You basically ruin the coat for years, maybe forever. So unless your vet is literally standing there saying it's a medical emergency, do not shave the dog. Just buy a better vacuum cleaner. The shedding is your life now. Embrace the fur. Let's talk about trust for a second. You love your dog. You have a bond, a deep spiritual connection. You think, he listens to me in the living room, so the park is fine. Wrong. It is not fine. It is a disaster waiting to happen. See, a husky off-leash in an open field isn't a dog anymore. It's a furry missile with absolutely zero guidance system. Their recall is, let's be generous and call it optional. Actually, let's be honest, it's practically non-existent. If they see a squirrel, gone. If they see a cat, gone. If a leaf blows across the street in a slightly interesting way, they are halfway to the next state before you can even whistle. It's not that they don't hear you. They hear you fine. They just don't care. They have this prey drive that is thousands of years old, and it overrides every single piece of chicken you have in your pocket. I don't care if you're holding a raw steak. If the horizon looks interesting, they are going to run towards it. And the worst part? They look back at you while they do it. They give you that grin. You know the one. The catch me if you can loser face. It's humiliating. And it's dangerous. Cars, other dogs, getting lost. It's too big of a risk. I've seen the most well-trained show dogs just snap and bolt because the wind changed direction. So unless you have a fence that is 6 feet tall, and I mean solid, dig-proof fencing, keep the leash on. It saves you the cardio. It saves you the heart attack. Just don't do it. You know that nice couch you bought? The leather one? Yeah, say goodbye to it if you think a 20-minute stroll around the block is enough exercise. It's not. Not even close. You have to remember what these animals are. They aren't lap dogs. They are engines wrapped in fur. They were bred to pull heavy sleds for 100 miles in freezing death weather without getting tired. They have energy reserves that defy the laws of physics. If you don't burn that energy off, they will find a way to burn it for you. And usually, that involves remodeling your drywall with their teeth or digging a trench through your mattress. I call it high-octane exercise because a casual walk is just a warm-up for them. They barely even count that as movement. They need to run. They need to pull. They need to work. If you skip a day, you might get away with it if you're lucky. Skip 2? You're coming home to a crime scene. I'm talking stuffing everywhere, shoes destroyed. And it's not because they're bad dogs. It's because they are bored out of their minds. They are elite athletes trapped in a suburban living room. You have to match that intensity. Get a bike attachment, go hiking, run until your legs feel like jelly. If you are tired, they are probably just getting started. That's the deal you signed. You didn't just get a pet. You got a lifestyle coach that yells at you. So lace up your shoes. You're going to be running a lot. Let's talk about the big one first. Never, ever think you can leave a husky alone for long stretches without paying a heavy price. You might look at them sleeping and think, oh, he's chill. He'll just nap while I work a 10-hour shift. That is a lie. That dog is lying to you. Huskies aren't just high-energy dogs. They are stage 5 clingers wrapped in thick fur and absolute audacity. They are pack animals to a biological fault. When the pack leaves, they don't just get lonely, they enter a state of panic. I once left my boy, Loki, alone for maybe 45 minutes to run to the grocery store. I came back and he had eaten a door. Not the frame, mind you. He ate a hole right through the center of the solid wood door. And he looked at me like, thank God you're back. I tried to dig my way to you. It's funny now, sure. It wasn't funny when I was explaining it to my landlord with tears in my eyes. If they aren't tired and they aren't with you, they are dismantling your house. Boredom is their enemy, and your drywall is the casualty. They will howl the song of their people until the police show up. Your neighbors will hate you. It's not just bad behavior or being spiteful. It's an existential crisis for them. So get a dog walker, pay for daycare, drop them off at your mom's house. Just don't leave them in solitary confinement and expect your security deposit to survive. Next up, let's talk about the prey drive. Never ignore it and never underestimate it. You simply cannot love the predatory instinct out of a husky. It's not a bug, it's a feature. These guys were bred to survive in brutal conditions, often by hunting their own snacks. And unfortunately, snacks includes your neighbor's prize-winning cat. I know what you're thinking, but my Luna is so gentle. She cuddles with the baby. Yeah, Luna is great. Until a squirrel darts across the street. Then, Luna is gone. Her ears turn off. Her brain disconnects from the listen to dad frequency and tunes directly into murder mode. It happens in a split second. You could be having a lovely walk, loose leash, birds chirping, just a perfect morning. Then, boom, a rabbit moves 300 feet away. Your shoulder is now dislocated. I've seen people try to train this out with treats, which is adorable but useless. You really think a piece of dried liver competes with the primal thrill of the hunt? It does not. Never trust them off-leash in an unfenced area. Their recall is, let's call it optional at best. If they see something small and furry, they are taking the shot, and you'll be the idiot sprinting down the street in your pajamas screaming their name. Don't be that guy. Number 3 keeps me humble. Never, under any circumstances, expect a husky to be a guard dog. If a burglar breaks into your house, your husky will not attack. He will probably ask for belly rubs. He might even show the guy where you keep the good electronics if it means getting a cookie. They look scary, right? Like wolves. Big teeth, intense eyes, that primal stare. But inside, they are pure marshmallow fluff. I had a delivery guy walk right into my living room once because I left the front door unlocked. My dogs didn't even bark. They just brought him a toy. It was a slobbery, gross rope toy. Like, welcome, new friend, please play with us. It is deeply embarrassing. If you want actual protection, get a German Shepherd, get a Rottweiler. Heck, get a goose. Geese are mean as hell. But a husky, their only defense mechanism is judgment.
They will silently judge the intruder's outfit. Maybe they'll shed on him, which is playing the long game, I guess. But aggression, territorial defense, forget it. They love strangers way more than they love listening to you. So yeah, don't rely on them for security, unless the intruder is afraid of being licked to death.
You think your fence is secure? Cute. Really, it's adorable. You're looking at that 6-foot privacy fence thinking, I'm safe. No, you are not safe. You are never safe. A husky looks at a fence the way a thief looks at an unlocked door. It's not a barrier. It's a fun little challenge. I once watched my girl Coda scale a vertical wall like she was auditioning for Ninja Warrior. 0 running start, just defying physics because she felt like it. And if they can't climb, they dig. They will tunnel to China before you finish your morning coffee. It's absurd. Do not leave them unsupervised, ever. Not even to grab a glass of water inside. You think, I'll just be a second. A second is all they need. They are biologically engineered to embarrass you. You'll be posting lost dog flyers while they're 3 towns over, getting belly rubs from a stranger at a barbecue they weren't invited to. It's stressful. It ages you. I have gray hairs specifically named after my dog's escape attempts. So invest in heavy-duty carabiners. Lock the gates with padlocks. Treat your backyard like a maximum security prison. But, with toys. Because if there's a way out, they will find it, and they will laugh at you while they do it. Look at that dog. Just look at the sheer volume of fluff. That isn't just fur. That is a high-performance thermal insulation system designed for the Arctic tundra. We are talking about an animal built to drag sleds through blizzards, not run a 5K in the suburbs when it's 80 degrees out. It baffles me. I see people running with their huskies in the midday sun, and I just want to pull the car over. Don't do it, please. Think about it. You're in a t-shirt. They are essentially wearing a sleeping bag taped to their body, 24/7. They cannot take the coat off. Overheating isn't just uncomfortable for them, it is deadly, and it happens silent and fast. 1 minute they're panting, the next they're wobbling. It's scary stuff. But they need to run, I hear you. I do. A husky with pent-up energy is a demon with paws. But you have to adapt. You are a husky owner now, which means you are nocturnal. Welcome to the club. We walk at 5 a.m., we walk at midnight, we become shadows in the night. If the sun is up and the pavement is hot enough to fry an egg, or just burn your palm, we stay inside. We play brain games, we hide treats, we crank the AC until the bills make us cry. Because melting your best friend just to tire them out, not an option. Look, you cannot, and I mean cannot, be wishy-washy with these dogs. It just doesn't work. If the rule is no sleeping on the bed, then that is the rule, forever, until the end of time. The second you break it, even just for 5 minutes because they looked at you with those sad, mismatched eyes, you're done. You've just taught them that rules are merely suggestions, optional guidelines. And trust me, a husky treats every rule as a negotiation. They are the smartest, most stubborn toddlers you will ever meet. So if you aren't consistent, they will walk all over you. Literally, they will walk on your face while you sleep. And it's exhausting, right? I know it is. Being the enforcer 24/7 is a drain. But confusion is actually worse for them. If Monday is strict and Tuesday is a free-for-all, your dog isn't being bad, they're just confused. Or, more likely, they're playing the odds. They are gambling on your patience. Will Dad let me eat the trash today? Let's find out. You have to be a wall, an unmoving, unshakable wall of no. Because if there is a crack in that wall, they will find it. They will exploit it. And suddenly, you don't own a house anymore. You just pay the mortgage for a hairy dictator. Keep it black and white. No gray areas.
This is a big one. Please, for the love of everything holy, never get a husky just because they're pretty. I know. Look at them. They are majestic. They look like wild wolves ready to go on an adventure. But that beauty? It's a disguise. It's nature's way of tricking you into inviting a hurricane into your living room. Getting a dog based on aesthetics is the fastest way to end up miserable.
You see the blue eyes and the fluffy coat on Instagram. You don't see the hole in the drywall behind the camera. You don't hear the 45-minute tantrum because you didn't share your pizza. It's a facade. If you want a decoration, buy a painting, buy a statue. Do not buy a high-octane working dog that needs to run 10 miles before breakfast. It's a trap.
People get them for the wolf look and then act surprised when the dog has, wolf-like energy. It's tragic, honestly. This is why shelters are full of them. Because someone wanted a dire wolf from Game of Thrones, but wasn't ready for the shedding, the screaming, or the escape attempts. They are not accessories. They are a lifestyle, a loud, hairy, chaotic lifestyle. So if you aren't ready for the personality, do not get suckered in by the pretty face. It's a trap.